What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kaliba. Welcome back to another epic Forex episode YouTube video. As we come back with this video, we analyzing for this new coming week. That is the election week in the US, so it's quite interesting. So we just need to get things wrapped up, get ready. You know the drill. It is Monday, guys. We're dropping new content every Monday, Sunday or Monday, just between the 2 days. However, let's jump straight into the video. But before we do that, please make sure you do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not. Like the video, and then don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video like this one. So without wasting more time, let's go, let's get it. Welcome back, guys. So we're looking into this amazing forex market pair, CAD which is one of the pairs that we just started looking into last week. So what happened here was that this pair was just closing in from all big time frames, from all directions, as you can see even now, and we came to a conclusion that we are looking on bias. However, this type of market is very confusing because now we're really not sure where the market is going to go, but whichever it's going to break between this line right here and this trend line right there, then we knew the direction of the market. In this case, the market went towards the downside, and whoever took sells on this one, man, oh man, you made profits, so it was just that straightforward. This pair was looking good for a sell, and I still believe it's still gonna sell more. Now, this is the reason why I have reasons to believe that this market might still continue. So here's what I'm seeing here. So we just took a huge nice trend to the downside. The consolidation happened over the week, and now I'm looking that the market will be retesting somewhere around just about here, and then from there we break this level, and then we continue going further down. So CD JPY, I'm looking for a sell simply because I understand this pattern. This is like a correction, and then there's going to be an impulse coming after that. So it makes sense to me why we're going to continue selling, also because we just broke this previous support, and right now we're just retesting it as a resistance. And if you look why the market is so choppy like this, it's doing exactly what it was doing previously, but it's not going to do it exactly. So it makes more sense to me why the market is doing what it's doing. And check, after that, the market pushed nicely towards the upside. So the very same movement that happened just about here, I'm expecting that movement to happen just below down there, so for CAD JPY, I'm actually looking that the market will start to sell on this pair. So whatever happened here, I'm anticipating that it will now happen this side. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. AUD USD is one of the most amazing pairs. Remember, this pair we did analyze last week as well. So we were trapped somewhere in between this price and this one. We added this channel right there, and you could see the market. I said once it breaks above this zone, then we are looking to take more buys, but it has been failing to break until the market moved outside of the channel, and did some false breaks towards the upside. It came back down. Probably we could have taken a loss here, so I have to admit that because it looks like a clean buy. What could have happened here was that could have taken my buy entries probably when it retested here somewhere there, and put my stop loss just below, and it did not do that. However, it just continued to break to the downside. It dropped very hard. So I could say last week we took a loss on this one. However, we're not taking huge losses simply because we placed stop losses. I remember I said we're gonna take a buy, and it was somewhere around there, and the market continued to drop. So we had our stop loss just about this price right there. So we closed very early, and that was a good decision we had made because the market continued to drop towards downside, and it has been dropping ever since. So let's analyze for this week and see what's going to be happening on this new week. We remember we still have this zone right there, and it's based on this 4 hours, so it kind of makes sense. Probably the market from now might just start to move towards the upside. So if I can drag this, just put it about there, and you know, drag this even more. Perfect. So on 4 hours it looks good for a buy, but now let's dive in deep, do the proper analysis, and come out with the conclusion on whether we are buying or selling, or maybe we might have just two positive movements on this pair. All right, guys, so it kind of makes sense to me why the market would buy on this point, simply because remember on 4 hours we are simply on the support zone, and we have this type of a channel, false break to the upside, but it kind of reversed from that point, simply because it's a strong resistance according to this previous high. And right now we are bouncing back on this low, simply because of this previous low gives us a very strong support. And if you check further to the left hand side, um, we are on a support according to 4 hours. So it makes sense to me why we would buy this market this coming week, simply because once the market breaks actually above this trend line, which is a resistance, then we are looking overall bullish, and we're going to be making profits all the way towards this resistance zone. And if the market manages to break above, then we're going to be going all the way up just to retest around this trend line, which is on 60 minutes. This is one pair that I said it don't mind to play between this support and this resistance right there, and it has been doing just that. I had put this trend line just to give you more confirmation, and the market has been just playing about these two zones. Finally it broke below, and it has been selling ever since. So it makes sense to me why I would have taken a sell probably on this trend line, and or maybe wait for the market to break just below this zone right here, and then continue taking more sells. So whoever took more sells, especially from this zone, because that was a good confirmation, you could have, or probably, of course, yes, you lost out on these pips, but your entry was safe, and you took all these profits towards the downside. And gold, remember, gold pays, guys. Gold pays a lot of money. So whoever took sells just about this point, you made good profits. So for now the market is still looking to be good for a sell. That's also simply because now I'm anticipating that the dollar will gain value towards the upside, so it makes more sense to me why we have to sell gold. um, However, let's analyze for gold for this week and do proper analysis so that we can have a clue on whether the market will buy or sell. So gold is looking good for a buy, guys. What I'm seeing here is that I see some type of a head and shoulders, which is why I had put this zone just about there. This is the head and shoulders I'm talking about. This is the shoulder, and this is the head of the market, and this is the second shoulder. So this looks exactly like a head and shoulders according to me, and what I see there is a buy from this pair, probably for today and tomorrow, because gold is one volatile pair that can move so much, and probably it's just gonna retest on this trend line right there. And once the market reaches that, we're going to take more sells towards the downside. However, still take into consideration that on Tuesday it is the election day, and a lot of things can happen in the US. So what might happen is once the market starts dropping below this zone right here, you can now anticipate taking more sells on gold. So I'm just trying to give you two probable chances or probabilities that might happen. And one of the things right now we're seeing is that the market is looking good for a buy, right? But should it not do that, then once it breaks below this zone, you're looking good for a sell. So for now, buy gold, but chances are gold will continue selling, like I said, as I was looking on to 1 hour. Once it breaks below the zone, we know that we are selling gold overall direction. GBP USD, guys, this pair used to be my favorite. Right now, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. It's not tradable. It's not up to my liking. However, I still understand the pair, how it moves. So it just needs more attention. It needs me to close in a day. So now I just have to scalp this pair basically, because what I used to do is I knew that GBP moves one direction at least for 3 to 4 days, and now apparently it just buys 1,000 pips and sells 1,000 pips in the same day. It just does not make sense to me. But I just have to readjust myself towards what's happening right now, until the market just settles and becomes the market that we know. So without wasting more time, let's jump straight into today's analysis. Last week we anticipated that the market will buy once it breaks. Sorry about that. We anticipated that the market will buy once it breaks just about this zone right here. It did break above, but this was not quite enough because we needed some consolidation a bit so that we can take more buys. So we did not buy this pair. It came back down. It has been doing all of that. We just let it be like that. It dropped below hard. We did not take any sells on that one. Came back for a retest. This is where now we started to be interested, because it made sense to me that it broke below this, and this is enough for a good pullback or a correction. And market kind of struggled to break above that, so it came back down. We made profits, pushed back to the upside, which is what I'm saying. It drops the same day, it pushes back to this almost the same area as it was on that particular day, which is, it makes no sense at all to me. Why? Okay, it does make sense, but I do not just I just don't like the type of market that GBP USD is at this point in time. So right now on this week we are anticipating that. Okay, let me clear this whole thing. So right now GBP USD, we are anticipating that this market is actually moving like this. So what might happen is today it might drop. As you can see, it has been doing that. It might just drop, come back to that zone, and then continue dropping. So that's the current market or current style GBP USD is trading at. So it makes more sense to me why I would continue selling this pair. Probably just around this point right there. So it makes sense. It will drop all the way to that point and then push probably to the upside. Should it break below, I would not really suggest you selling when it breaks, because look, it broke right here, broke below, but the momentum to the upside was too much. So I'd rather wait for the market to come touch this trend, and then that's when I'll be taking my sell opportunity. So other than that, I still see a sell on GBP USD. However, we just need to be smart about it. Waiting for a breakout at this point is really not working, simply because the market is like choppy. It moves so much pips and comes back the very same pips that it had moved on that day, which is really bad. But yeah, other than that, I see that GBP USD, it is a sell. So consider selling GBP USD once it touches that trend line. This pair paid us so much this week, guys. This is one of the pairs that moves the most. I still love this pair because it moves exactly the way it should. Not this GBP thingy, man. I don't know what's happening there. However, Euro USD paid very well. If you guys remember the analysis, just about here, I drew this and it broke. So we took sales the moment there was that rejection right there. Put this just like this. Yeah, that's the correct one. We put that there, and our stop loss was just about above that pin bar right there, because we knew that the market cannot go over that zone. Should it go over that huge nice rejection, then yeah, we just had to close our losses. So what happens here is that we took sell, the market went down, consolidated for about one day, and continued to sell, and it has been selling ever since. The whole week it has been selling. It even touched our TP. So this was our take profit one. It did touch that, and then it came back for take profit two, which is we did make money on this pay. So right now we are looking that well, let's analyze and see what's going to be happening for this coming week. All right, guys, so I see that with Euro USD we are back on this big zone, which is it was our previous support that I had anticipated that the market, once it breaks this zone, we're going all the way towards that downside. Chances are we might still continue with that, simply because I understand that USD has to go all the way up due to this elections and whatnot. So I see good positive news coming after the elections. So we'll just have to see. But it makes sense to me why Euro USD will continue selling, simply because now it just broke this zone again, and we're having the elections on the way. I see this happening, and probably just today you might go back to that zone just to retest. We had done that already, but I'm just seeing another one just happening just for fun, and then the market will dive all the way towards the downside. So with Euro USD, without analyzing too much, I already understand simply by the zones that I have drawn previously. It just still makes sense to me. So if I am to analyze, let's go and do that real quick. All right, guys, so what I'm seeing happening here on 1 hour is that the market might just come back, push to that zone. Once it reaches that, then the market will continue to sell. So we'll just have to see how the market plays out. Should it break above this zone, guys, then you're taking overall buys. But for now, we're simply on a downtrend, and we're looking for more selling opportunities. USD JPY gave us the money. We made profits on this one. It did not even give us the hassle. I drew this and put the zone right there just to show once the market breaks above that, then it's good enough for us to take buys. That was almost a good consolidation confirmation for an uptrend, but we still did not take any trades based on this one. We just wanted to see more consolidation happening there, and what we saw was this head and shoulders happening right there, and the market dropped all the way towards the downside. And what happened was, once it broke below this, came back for a retest, we took sell. We have been making profits ever since. Like I said, once it breaks below this line, you know where to go. Like, you're selling wire till that zone. So the market went down, we took sell entries, and we dropped all the way till our take profit zone. And now we have been bouncing on the zone for over 3 times, or just about 3 times, and now the market is moving towards the upside. So what I see happening this week is this. So we're having this nice channel just about there. So what might happen is, today the market might just come back for a retest for the very last time, and then just support or based on the support, just to gain more strength for when it pushes up during the elections, right? It just makes sense to me. That's my theory. But what I see with price action is that, well, with price action, guys, this gives me a continuation pattern. I won't lie to you. This looks like a good sell, but also taking into consideration, this looks like a W at some point as well. And looking that we from a support, let's just change back to 4 hours and see what's happening here. Yep, we on a huge support, as you can see. Let me just make this nice and neat. There you go. So we on a huge support on 4 hours. We come from a huge support actually from 4 hours, so it makes sense that the market might push to the upside. So let me take this like this, put it like that, right? All right, so going back to 1 hour. So when the market breaks this trend line, then we know we're moving overall towards the upside. That's just that. we are pushing all the way to the upside. So once the market manages to break this trend, we're pushing all the way towards the upside. And if it manages to break this trend as well, sorry, not trend but zone, which is a resistance, then we know we just push it. So USDJPY, it is a buy this coming week. So I hope you did enjoy this video. Make sure you drop a like for the video, share with friends and family just so it can help them as well. Redirect them to my YouTube channel, so that we grow the family. And also don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Turn on the post notification bell so that you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. You be the first one to get notified. And other than that, it was your boy Khaliba. It's been fun. Let's make money this week, and I'm out. Peace.